Oh, what a timing. Great
Hello,
timing.
hello, hello, everyone. Beautiful people. This is Sammy G, and Ria,
Hey guys.
and you are watching Consciously Speaking. Now, it's been a while since we've been on, and we're just going to update you on that. We got a couple topics to talk to you about. We are revamping, reworking our show. So, bear with us. It might be a little up and down for next couple weeks, but we're going to get through it, and hopefully, you guys will be able to view a better show in the long run. So, Ria, how have you been?
Whoa, yes. Well, I've been okay. I'm better now. So I do apologize to our audience. I was not well and we could not film. So that's why we were kind of on a low for for a bit. I am feeling much better, just a little bit weak and a dry cough at night, but I'm doing much better, feeling much better, and definitely eager to start bringing some new things and building on our show. So yeah, definitely excited for that. Yeah.
Glad to see that you are doing better. You look much healthier too.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel it. I think at one point my mom was kind of like I was a little paler, and I was like, I don't know how I could be paler, but
Trust me,
yeah.
you can be paler. I got a nice tan over the long weekend
Yes.
here. For all those who don't know and are watching us, we are in Canada, Canadians,
Hmm.
Canadian West Indians, of course. And here it's been sweltering. Like the heat
Oh,
has been like back home, it's hot, but you got the
yes.
ocean breeze.
Hmm.
Here it's hot and humid and hard to
Oh
breathe
my gosh.
sometimes, and when the sun hits you, it really hits you. Now, I never use sunscreen. I never have. I
Oh
don't like
wow.
it on my skin, but I get sometimes burnt up here. Not back home.
Oh.
Here.
So I do use sunscreen, but I find I find for me it's the humidity because sometimes it gets so stifling.
Yeah, you can't
You feel like
breathe.
you can't, but when I go back home and it's hot, it's like nothing. It doesn't, you don't feel it, right? Because as you said, the breeze, the ocean breeze, all of that. But up here, it's like stale humidity. Ugh.
It's funky.
Yeah, yeah, it does get funky. Yes, it does. Hmm.
But yeah,
Mm.
I've also taken a week off while Rio was on sabbatical, and I had a little mini vacation. So I am back. I didn't want to do the show without you because, we're a team, and
Of
it just doesn't
course.
feel right. It doesn't
No,
feel
of
right
course,
when
of
we're
course.
not chatting up with each other.
Exactly.
So welcome
Oh,
back. Welcome back.
yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, I got like just before I got sick, guys, I got some new face jewelry.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you guys see? Oh, wait, no, you can't. There you go. Boom.
So we're matching now. Actually, on the same side, isn't it?
Yeah.
On your
Yes.
right, left side?
Yes. Left side. Yeah.
Left side up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are now twinning.
Yes, we are twinning a little bit there, man. I just need some red hair now, right?
Well, you know what? I'm thinking about changing my hair color again, and I'll tell you
What?
why. And
Okay.
no shade throwing here, and I'm very I think I'm flattered. I should be flattered, maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody that I know went and got almost the same blend, and so I like to be different. I
Of
like to look
course.
different. I like to stand out. And when there's two of us close by looking the same, uh, as much as I appreciate, you know, the effort that they put into their hair or their look, I don't want to look the same as anybody else. So call
It's
me
unique, right?
selfish, but call me unique.
No selfishness in that. I think that it's better to be unique. It's better to stand out. And I agree with you. If I did something and then I noticed someone doing it after me, I kind of feel a little like
Yeah,
what, you know. So yeah, I
yeah,
agree. But yeah, so I know we come from a very we met in a very funny background of customer service.
oh
And
yeah.
I remember you saying you had there was something going on with that. What's up?
Listen,
Yeah.
I I did customer service, and I think I was a great customer service agent.
Yep.
Respectfully, it's a hard job sometimes, but companies now are using more AI and making it more difficult for customers to talk to people directly. And I get that customer service agents don't want to deal with angry customers because sometimes they get verbally abused on the phone. I've dealt with it, you've dealt with it. But
Yes.
when you can't, do you remember when the phone system first came out, where it's press one for whatever this is, press two for whatever that is, and you're going
Yeah.
through and whatever you wanted was the very last one, or zero for operator, and you got to listen
Yes.
to this spiel of things, and then you finally get through to somebody, and it's like 20 minutes after sitting on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, customer service is now, it's so hard to find a phone number to call a company. They want you to go online, use your smartphone to talk to either, usually it'll say live chat, but that live chat starts off as an AI. So the AI would ask you,
Mm.
what can we help you with? Or what's your question? And you write down the question. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Can you reword that question? And how many times can you reword a question? Can't move on. And
Right.
for me, as a customer and a former customer service rep,
Right.
I get frustrated talking to chatbots,
Yeah.
and I get frustrated talking to live people who, I don't think English is the first language. God help your soul. I'm not trying to be prejudiced, but when a question is asked, and I try to speak as clear English as possible and make it as simple as possible,
Yeah.
I'm asked. One of my pet peeves is I hate repeating myself, and when I'm texting you, and I have to repeat myself by text, it like pulls at my anger management skill. Just
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't remember if you were there when our ex company went into the chatbot era. Were
yes,
you
I
there for the chatbot?
was. Remember, I did social media there.
But were you there when we got the chatbots? I don't think you were. It was
Okay, no, I was only on social media. I was
yeah,
doing
so
Instagram, Facebook, and all that.
so when we went the last year I was there, they rolled out the chatbot like the last couple of months. And I'll tell you, being the chatbot, it can be frustrating because a customer is asking you something and they expected us to respond to the customer, find the answer, and provide that to the customer within a certain time
This is
frame.
the company that expects that of you.
Right. The company expects that. So there was a time frame in which to do all of these things. Now, as a customer care agent or whatnot in a company where people are calling about many different products, and then you have to look up different Rolodexes and speak to many different product management teams. Sometimes those people in the back don't respond to you right away.
Right away. Yep. I remember
So
that frustration.
how am I going to respond and answer a question to a customer within this time frame if somebody in the background is taking like 10 minutes to get me an answer?
I know the frustration of the company you're talking about, and I
Yeah.
actually used to work for their competitors,
Hmm.
and their competitor had a brilliant setup where you didn't have to wait for an answer from a product manager.
Hmm.
They had an encyclopedia for every product they have. You could pull up that product, you will see the barcode, you will see the ingredients, you will see the maker, you will see the brand, everything, and whatever the product is made of, whether it's a plastic item or a food item. And that competitor had it all figured out years before the company we worked for.
Hmm.
So I know the frustration there, and I know how hard it is to try and get an answer at
Yeah.
times. But what I think my frustration is with when I'm calling these places, like Amazon, for instance. Do you know how hard it is to get they now do a callbacks. I have the Amazon
Yes.
customer service number because I saved it years ago on
Yeah,
my
so they
phone.
do callbacks. You call them and then they get you to set up a time where they can call you back,
They call you
kind
back
of a thing.
immediately,
Oh,
but
okay.
they don't give out a customer service number anymore. They, if you look on Amazon on your thing, it'll say speak to a chat with an agent or request a call back. And
Yeah.
that's just a small example because I always get through to Amazon when I say call me back right away, call me back, and they already have my phone number. They call me back right away. But places like Rogers, one of my biggest.
Well, it's the culture of today, right? There is a there is a generation now. Everything is
I think we're
everything
older.
is Yeah, so the generation now, everything is AI or everything is this fast service, right? So as soon as I press a button, either someone's going to answer or something is being done about it, or I press a button and the thing just shows up at my front door, right?
I
Look
wish.
at with look at with all the electronics right now. Look at Apple, right? For instance, that's a company that everything is like, you have Apple Watch, you push a button, you see a heart rate, you see whatever, whatever. So I think that's the way of the future, right? This new AI.
I get
Um,
it.
I went to two restaurants in the past couple of months. I think for Christmas I went to Boston, is it Boston Pizza or something? They have a robot that brings you your order. Then I went to Win, which is a Japanese restaurant. They also have this robot that comes, you order on the iPad, the robot brings the trays of food for you.
Hmm.
There's no more human
Wasteful.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
like. I mean, COVID has changed a lot for us where it comes with talking to people face to face, talking to people over the phone. um and I get all that, and I can appreciate the fact that you know it's meant to make it easier for us, but coming
right.
from my background and your background, and not to mention our history, like we grew up, I mean, I'm older than you, but we still grew up amongst each other where computers were just getting started, and internet
Yeah.
was just taking off, social media was just taking off, and companies were just starting to put their finger in the door.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it has come a long way, and I can appreciate that, but I'm still frustrated to the point that I want to speak to somebody. And I mean, right now in this day and age, we should not have to wait for a 24 to 48-hour callback on anything.
I agree with that, but I also think as this fast paced everything, I push a button and it shows up on my door and I don't have to go to the store. I think as that pushed itself in, we lost our little bit of patience. Remember before, okay, this is
I've
just
gained a lot of patience throughout the year, I'm telling you.
so this is
Years.
this is just from growing up. I remember when there were no cell phones. We had to go to the mall with our friends. Our parents would give us a bus ticket. Okay,
No,
get on the bus. You get on the bus. At this time, you come back home. When we got to the mall, it was a quarter and a payphone. Mom, I'm at the mall. Okay, bye. Click. They couldn't call us in between those 2 hours that we were at the mall to check on us. We couldn't call them and say, come pick me up for a ride. We couldn't do all that by just opening something and going do 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 do. So with the entrance of all these things, we as just human beings naturally, we lost a little bit of our patience for certain things. I am one where whenever I'm on the phone with customer service, and this is even before I had my experience working in that industry, I was always patient. And if it went over a certain amount of time, that's when I kind of raised my voice. Like then I, you know what I mean? So I would give them some leeway, but then when it was like, wait a minute, this is 15 minutes too long, I'm wasting time. Girl, listen, where's your manager? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
There
the
was like a
opposite.
leeway.
I'm the opposite. I used to be
Really?
um, less patient before because I
Okay.
wasn't in the customer service agent. Uh, um, uh, Realm, right? And when I
Mm-hmm.
started doing the customer service work, I mean, I guess I always was in a way when I did administrative work here and there,
Yeah.
right? But I think that I have gained more patience, and I know because the first thing that comes to my mind is when somebody can't help me, is that it's not their fault,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Um, I have only lost it, I think, in the last year, maybe once or twice
Mhm.
on customer service agent, is because, and forgive me for saying this, it's because I felt they were incompetent.
I can understand that.
Now, usually when I ask a question or I ask to be put through to a manager, I know you've gone through this. A customer asks
Yeah.
to be put through to manager. You do what you can to help them first, and then if they still want a manager, then you look for a
Escalate.
manager to
Yeah.
put through.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
I think the managers nowadays don't want to talk to customers. They don't want to de-escalate any situation. They put it on to the agent, who probably is new, hasn't had much training, doesn't know or doesn't know how to or where to find the information that the customer is looking for, and
Correct.
now they're frightened because they feel that their job depends on helping this customer and getting a resolution for this customer when they can't. And meanwhile, the manager is sitting right beside them. I've had these managers sit right there and say, just tell them this, and you tell them this, and this is early on. I learned not to listen to managers after a while. um, and the customer's still not satisfied, and they look at you like you're supposed to be helping this customer, but I'm looking to you for help now because I've done all I could for this customer, right? So
Right.
I get that customer reps, it's not their fault, but also in the same way, when they don't take note and they ask you repeatedly the same question, or they don't understand your answer, which is usually a simple yes or no for me, because I try to keep my answers short with them. Um, and then they start panicking. They start saying things that has nothing to do with what you're calling about. This is my experience recently. This is why I'm so frustrated. And so I had to call a company, and I call this company several times in a few weeks. And every time I call this company, and I get that they got to go through verification, ask your phone number, all this stuff. That's not the thing. But when the company asks for verification, and like I said, we're in a age of time where when you type in your information in that phone,
Right.
that information comes up on a computer. I know this because I used to be a customer service rep, and this is from years and years ago that this used to happen.
Hmm.
Why do they need to verify me? They don't soft transfer anymore. They say, okay, I'm going to put you through to the correct department. Boom, transfer me, cold transfer. And then the next person gets on my phone. They should see my information, but they're asking me for the information again. Having to repeat myself about 8 times what my name is, what my date of birth is, what my phone number is, what my email is, it gets frustrating. Do
Yeah.
you not
I can
agree?
definitely understand that from a customer point of view, and I do know that they have to streamline everything in the system, but there's not that infrastructure internally yet. On computer systems, they don't have it. They keep saying this is a new system. The new system comes, it doesn't work. It's not very uh, cohesive for customers. It's frustrating for them as well as the agents that have to work with it, right? Because you do want to give the customer the best experience possible. Um, so I definitely understand that. And anybody who is viewing, listening, in earshot of us, please, guys, put your experiences in the comment section. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the topic? Share your experience of customer care. So yeah, so definitely, I agree. It's tough because they keep saying we have, like, when we had in our company, when they brought down oh gosh, the new, is it
Oh, I remember
Salesforce and
Salesforce.
something else? Yeah, they said this was going to encompass everything, and I
It did, and
remember.
I left before it went live. because it was frustrating the heck out of me. I
But
had to
I
be.
remember one of the questions that you had at one of the meetings was, and I think we all had this question, but you said it out loud, and you had asked in the meeting when they were talking about it. Now, when we have this, when the customer calls, is their file, is everything for them going to be up? Does that automatically come? And at first they said yes, that's what they were aiming for. And then in the end, it turned around to be like, no, we have to create something first, and then other things will pop up. So
They
this
didn't even
thing,
do an auto transfer of files. That's the thing.
yeah. So definitely, guys, get interactive in the comment section. Let us know what you think. But staying along the same lines of customer service or moving more into social media, I know this is a little bit a different topic, but I do want to touch on what's been going on with social media recently. So I know that you had mentioned that there was a young lady in Atlanta that recently passed away due to, yeah, due to some violence. Now, we don't promote that, but the what I'm
We talked
interested in
about
is
it.
yeah, what I'm really interested in is because I'm seeing there is a heightened rate of violence through social media. Um, and it's a little bit scary because, okay, I know people say words hurt, but at the end of the day, if how I think is if someone's saying something about me on social media that I may not like, I can say I don't like it and I can delete
Move
that
on.
video or close exit, yeah, or exit that video, and I can move on because that person doesn't know me. But to take it to a level of violence
Person.
that it has, yeah,
Yeah.
that it has become, that's what's scaring me with the social media. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on what's happening?
I agree that I think it's for certain personalities that have been out there, like we're not known, right? But some people who have been known and have passes where people have seen them in the public eye before, seeing them in the public eye now, as well as all over social media. Um, I think that there's the whole bullying thing comes to mind. There's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of disturbed people who
Yeah,
um, don't know how to manage uh, their feelings and emotions, and can project words verbally, by text, by video. But when they take it a step further and they go seek a person and kill them, then this is, like you said, not the first. It's been on the rise. A lot of social
yeah,
media um, uh, influencers have had issues with threats, death threats, violence to the point of death.
yeah.
I probably shouldn't say the word, but yeah, there's so much out there that it is scary. It is very scary.
And you know
How
what
you
as I was looking at some of the stuff, like just touching on this. So I think YouTube has made some of this okay. They have kind of promoted it because I don't know if you're aware, but they have this new thing with the social media where they do these boxing matches between each other. So if I'm an influencer and you're an influencer, but we don't really like each other, there's this company, I guess through YouTube, that will reach out to both parties and be like, listen, we can make money off this. It's a boxing match,
I mean,
right?
that's not new though. I mean,
Mhm.
it's new probably on YouTube, but it's not new. I don't know if you remember the celebrity boxing matches that used to happen
Well,
back
that's
in the day, and
I'm
that's
talking
because
about
they were
I'm talking
rival.
about yeah, I'm talking about strictly off social media though. I find that it's become something that they're promoting, right? And they did it with, I think the first one they did it with was Logan Paul and
Hmm.
KSI and that guy from, I believe it's Austin McBroom, quote me if I'm wrong, and someone else. So those were the ones that I do know were like the first ones they did through social media. Now I know there's been celebrity. boxing matches in the past, but it was never from a social media standpoint. Recently, like in the last 8 years, it's been through social media that you see this, and people are taking their personal issues out in this boxing match ring. One hand, it's good. On the other hand, what do they come away with that from? Do they solve their issues? Are they still having issues with each
They're
other?
just
And
promoting
then,
uh, physical contact to
right,
solve problems, and
correct.
problems can be
So
solved that.
that is problematic because recently in Trinidad there is a very famous TikToker. His name is Kevon, but his TikToker name was Yank Boss. Now this guy was he had a mouth on him, right? We know he had a mouth on him, Yank Boss. So he had issues with a few TikTokers, but he would just go on TikTok and talk smack about them. I mean, a lot of people would laugh because it was funny the way he portrayed whatever the issue was, right? He was funny. Um, Apparently, he was having a birthday boat cruise in Trinidad, and they think he was set up to be unalived. I'm going to put it that way. So this person called him for a ticket and they said, "Listen, I need a ticket. Can you meet me at this mall and I'll pick up a ticket?" He went to the mall, called her and said, "Listen, I have the tickets. I'm on this side of the mall." She said, "No, well, I'm on this side." As he was driving to go to that parking lot, they shot up his car and he ended up unalived. Um, Now, to me, whatever issue he had with these people, it should have never been taken to this extent. But it was. There were people that didn't like him that were celebrating on TikTok by drinking champagne because he passed away. I may not agree with everything someone says, but if something happens to them, I would not celebrate it. I would reach
And
out and
you
be
don't
like,
want to
"Hey,
be, yeah, you
mhm,
don't want to be one of the responsible parties. You know what I mean? You don't
yeah,
want to. Why would you promote something like that? I mean, karma
correct.
is a bitch, and karma hits hard. And
Thank you." Yeah,
you know, you and I, we're here to promote positivity, kindness, health, everything good in life. But we do have to talk about the bad things sometimes. And
right,
I feel like if we had haters, if we were at a point where our we were influencers to a degree of fame, right? Uh, and people didn't like what we were saying about them, there's two easy solutions. Don't watch it, don't listen to
right,
it, right?
right,
Block us if you have to. Turn us
right.
off. Don't turn us
Mhm.
on. If you don't want to hear what other people have to say about you, I'm one of those people is people could say whatever they want about me. I don't really care because I know who I am,
Right,
right? I'm not going to get upset. I mean, some things might upset me, but I'm not going to get upset to the point where I am going to threaten anybody. I'm not going to get upset to the point where I'm going to, what do you call it, troll people and go on social
right.
media and spread all this stuff about them. If they want to spread stuff about me, that's fine. But
Yeah,
I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to let them know that they have gotten to me in that way. And I mean, that's just who I am right now. There is a time in my life that I probably would have reacted differently. But I mean,
correct.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
getting way too out of hand now. And
right.
the generations that are coming up under us, they, I, this is probably a whole other topic altogether. I think I'm big. I'm big on behavior and manners, and
Okay.
I think that there's a lot of people in the world today with improper behavior, and bad manners. And
Mhm.
that's all I have to say on the topic.
Yeah.
Until we decide that
Okay.
we're going to speak on it again. That's all I have to say.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna give everyone that's watching a little mental health minute of breathing. Listen, there's this new thing I learned from my social worker. She taught me about mental health breathing and how we need to breathe. The other thing I learned is that breathing helps you lose weight. So listen, I'm gonna teach you guys. I'm gonna teach you guys something I learned. Now it's breathing in seconds. So what she taught me, for everyone that's watching, I want you to do it with me. Now, when you breathe in for 4 seconds. You can even picture a square, count the sides, and you breathe for 4 seconds. So let's breathe for 4 seconds, and then we're going to breathe out for six. Okay, so let's all do it together. Think of something really positive. Ready? And go. Okay, if you do that for like 2 minutes a day, you keep doing that, it will help. It will help with your mental health. It will help clear your mind. It's like a little bit of meditation, takes 2 minutes. So, definitely, that's something I wanted to share today and get our little mental health minute of the evening. And I hope you guys do use that. It does help. It's been helping me. And I mean, the benefit of losing weight on top of that, just by breathing. If I could breathe out all the fat in me right
I gotta tell you, I
now.
learned about breathing a long time ago, but not for mental health reasons, but for physical fitness and upper body strength. So I used to do music and I used to do a lot of sports. And one of the things that I used to do when I ran was I used to do that 4 seconds inhale, 6 seconds outhale
Yes.
for running. So
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
running. Yes.
yeah, running. I do it when you're singing musical notes and stuff. You do the breathing as well. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was great.
All
Great,
right,
great,
guys. Well,
great. Yeah,
listen, I definitely glad to be back on.
I'm glad to see you.
Definitely glad to be able to talk about these topics as well and kind of get back in the groove, right? Get back in that, yeah.
Trinity.
Oh my God, girl. But anyways,
I was
guys,
going
it
to
was
say something,
really,
but I stopped myself.
I know, right? I know. I sometimes like, the Guyanese accent. Yeah, the Guyanese accent. Sometimes I can do it well, and if I'm in an open space and I start doing it with a friend, I'm in trouble really quick. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm that gal Ria. Reach out to me on social media or my email at thatgal.ria. Sam, it was really wonderful being back on. Yeah, so definitely there will be new changes coming, and we'll we'll definitely
We
be
are revamping. So look
yes.
forward to being more interactive with us. That's what we want. We want to hear from you. We want to know more about you, just like we're going to share more about ourselves. So, future, near future, that's what's going to
Yes,
happen. So,
near
we are
future.
getting on this.
All right. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.